in the state of Texas. In the state of Texas, more people voted for Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama in the primary this year than voted in the general election for our Democratic candidates in 2000 and 2004. Texas is back. The Democratic Party in Texas is reborn. And Texas is turning blue. I want to talk a minute about young people. This is going to be a close election. People always say they want change, but then they get nervous about change when they get in the ballot box. And we're going to have change. The question is how much change. But America is changing. In 2004, young people increased their turnout by 20% over 2000, and 56% of them voted for John Kerry. In 2006, the turnout among young people increased by 24% over 2002, and 61% of them took Democratic ballots in the primary and voted for Democratic candidates for Congress. In Alabama in 2008, 60% of people under 30 voted in the Democratic primary. This is a changing nation. But the real extraordinary change is what this younger generation thinks like. We tried to build a nation in my generation based on the teachings of Robert Kennedy and John F. Kennedy and Martin Luther King. But we didn't grow up with all kinds of different people, and so even though we tried to do the right thing and we knew what we should be doing, we did not succeed. But the younger generation has succeeded. That doesn't mean that race doesn't matter, racism is dead, or ethnicity doesn't matter anymore, but it means that the younger generation sees themselves the way America really looks, where everybody counts and everybody is part of America. And if you look at the future of this country, it looks like the 7 or 8 people who were originally on that stage in January debating. It doesn't look like the Republicans. It doesn't. The Republicans are exclusive. We are inclusive. We are not perfect, but we believe that you cannot rebuild America to be the nation we ought to be without including everybody and using everybody's talent. And we welcome people. It is not an accident. It is not an accident that the people in Congress who are of color, the people of Congress who have come from other countries, the people of Congress who are gay, openly gay or lesbian, are Democrats. And why is that? Because the Democratic Party gave them a chance to make the most of their talents. That is what the dream of America is. That dream has been forgotten by the Republican Party. Everybody deserves a chance. Everybody deserves an opportunity. The new generation is the generation. Millions of new people have been registered to vote, including independents and Republicans who have become Democrats out of disgust what's become of the Republican Party in this country. It has been an extraordinary thing. As you know, when I came to Washington, we fired all the Washington consultants because we paid them a lot of money to tell us how to lose every 4 years. Hired a lot of really smart young people who helped us catch up to the Republicans. They were beating us in technology. We now have a single voter file, so if you have 2 people running against each other, even in a Democratic primary in St. Paul, Minnesota for the city council, we get those names at the DNC that night and everybody gets to use them. And when Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton ran against each other in 50 state primaries and 6 territorial primaries, we got all those names back at the DNC. And in this fall, when Barack Obama runs and wins and becomes President of the United States, in 2 years, the people who are running for Congress and governor, and in less than that, the people who are running for the city council and who are running for mayor in small towns all across America are going to use our voter list, because we are not a group of individuals who build voter lists for themselves and hoard them for the next 4 years. We are one team of people. We believe that this race should not be confined to areas that we're comfortable in, like the Midwest and the Northeast. We believe that it was important to add Nevada and South Carolina because we can win in the West and we can win in the South. It was important to add all kinds of new people into those early states where they had a chance to say who they were going to be asked to vote for in November. We are going to be in Nevada, and we're going to be in Colorado, and I am proud to say that. I'm proud to say 50 people here who were selected as bloggers to do something that the quote mainstream media doesn't get to do. You sit with each state in this country has a blogger, an official blogger, who sits with the delegation and on the floor of the convention. Now, maybe next time we can do even more than that, but this kind of stuff, this is new politics where ordinary people get to say what's going on from their perspective. There's no spin. You can go down there and write whatever you want and blog whatever you want. We had an open contest where everybody could apply. One from each state was chosen. We're going to change this country by giving ordinary people the opportunity to say what they think, because we know very well that Fox News and the corporate media isn't going to say what needs to be said in this country, and you are. We can do better than we've seen in the last 8 years. First of all, Senator Obama, as you know, has many things, but one of the things he does is teach constitutional law. Won't it be a pleasure in the White House to have somebody who knows the Constitution and respects the Constitution? Won't it be a pleasure in the White House if somebody will stop talking about health care while they're busy vetoing health care for small children and voting for it, as John McCain did, instead have Barack Obama, who's going to finally bring the United States of America into the ranks of the industrialized democracies that have health insurance for all our people. And you know what? People have said, well, there's a liberal democratic idea. Well, I'm pretty proud of the liberal democratic idea, but this is not an idea that's just good for Democrats or good for the people that we care about. This is an idea that's good for business. You know, one of the reasons we lose jobs is because our companies have to pay increases of 10 or 20% every single year in health care, and countries that have universal health insurance have that cost, their business community has that cost under control. This is a jobs proposition, not simply a do-gooder proposition for people who care about. You want jobs in America, you got to have universal health care. So, there is going to be real change coming to America. The thing that I think is the most important change that we're going to see is the healing of America and regaining the moral authority that America used to have between the end of World War I and the day that George Bush misled this country into sending our brave troops into Iraq when they didn't belong there. And what I mean by that, you know, there have been a lot of great things that American presidents have done over the years. We're not perfect. But it is an extraordinary thing for an American president to sit down and bring Catholics and Protestants together in Northern Ireland and help to end a horrible war that had killed 3,000 civilians and gone on for many decades. It is an extraordinary thing to have Democratic presidents sit down with the Palestinians and the Israelis and make real progress. We've got a long way to go there. But you can't sit at the table with the Israelis and the Palestinians. You can't sit at the table with the Protestants and the Catholics in Northern Ireland. You can't sit down with Indians and Pakistanis and bring peace unless you have the moral authority to do so. And you can't have moral authority if you stoop to the same level as the people who have attacked us. If you want moral authority, you cannot use torture and you cannot have Guantanamo Bay.